My name is Dzaharudin Mansor, and I'm the National Technology Officer for Microsoft in Malaysia, and I'm also the chair for this conference. Yeah.
So, Dr. Zaha, you've been involved in the IoT industry since the beginning, I believe. Maybe you could share some of the potential that you see in Malaysia itself, maybe which sector that bears the most opportunity, especially in the upcoming 2 to 5 years.
Okay. If you look at the Gartner hype curve, right, IoT is still high in the hype, the Gartner hype curve, and therefore it does mean there's a lot of opportunities. I think for Malaysia, I could categorize in 2 areas. One is in how we modernize, or the brownfield opportunities. That is how we can modernize existing, industries and which are important for Malaysia. For example, we are strong in manufacturing. We're probably interested in agriculture. We have transportation problems, and I think in any of these areas which is high in the national agenda, you could actually apply IoT and improve the existing processes in many ways. For example, we've seen local companies actually applying IoT and made it much more in terms of increase in production of their products and increase in quality at reduced cost, right? Even in day-to-day operations, you could use IoT in conjunction with technologies like advanced analytics and machine learning to automate and predict maintenance. So in that case, you can actually enhance the quality of service that they give to customers, and also to optimize the productivity of their workforce, for example, right? So I would say that we should look at which are the industries which, if we could actually make it more efficient and improve in quality, we could actually apply it to all these industries. Yeah.
So basically, you spoke about how good IoT is, how good it can be implemented in businesses. But we actually had a survey recently, and we found out that enterprises are typically still struggling to adopt and implement IoT. Maybe you could give some advice on how to address these challenges when they do the first step.
Right. I think obviously they need to make sure that they need to get the management approval and management buy-in, right? As in any projects. But I also think that they need to rethink the way they approach this kind of projects. All right. I think in many ways we are still approaching in a traditional way, like building systems, putting servers, and so on and so forth. To me, that's not really IoT. That's M2M, right? I think we should think about how to leverage on the third platform, which is mobility, social, big data analytics, and how you leverage in hyperscale cloud computing to really reduce the cost as well as increase reduce the time that you need to process. So it's more of an iterative sort of approach that you can do with this. So rather than like having a waterfall approach which takes years to do, you do a rapid innovation, and the tools today allows you to do that. And as well as that, I think we should leverage on new technologies, the fourth platforms such as machine learning, for example, that really today is it's different from what it used to be a couple of years ago. We didn't have that tools, we don't have that capabilities, right, in terms of doing something in a rapid way. And this comes to my second point, which I didn't mention just now, is the greenfield area, right? The greenfield area is, you can think about how Waze, Airbnb, Netflix, right? These are disruptive technologies, and to me, that's where the huge opportunity is. And that's where I think even small companies and individuals with good ideas, and now with the democratization of technologies, powerful technologies, you can actually come up with new ideas and really disrupt even traditional industries. And I think that's where the biggest opportunity lies ahead for us in Malaysia.
So while the opportunity is still huge, right? How do you think solution providers, vendors, or even government can capture this immediately? What would be the next steps that you want to see within this year or next year?
Yeah, I think a couple of things, right? As I said, in the brownfield area, I think they need to really understand what are the problems they're trying to solve in the first place, right? But in terms of implementing and addressing it, again, leverage on the modern platforms that we have, which enables this rapid innovation without heavy, upfront investment in capital expenditure. Because this is a new era. You want to try something at a low cost, whether it works, you go on and expand it. It doesn't work, you try something else, right? So I think that is the mentality, and that's approach which is, I think, not common that people are approaching today. They're still approaching in a big bang approach, right? So that is very risky, I would say. And also, I think it takes too long, and by the time they do it, they might not be relevant anymore, right?
So, lastly, as the conference chair of our event today, and also one of our advisors for this, maybe you can share some key takeaways that you had over this 1 to 2 days.
Right. I think when I look at the exhibition booth and the presentations, firstly, I think there's a lot of interest in IoT. I think there needs to be a lot more understanding on how IoT can benefit and how to benefit from IoT, right? But I believe we are still a bit slow. I mean, we've been in this area for 2 years, but the number of, I think, local products and local solutions which are really local is, I would say, still limited. So we have a lot more to do, and we need to, I think, collaborate and figure out how we can accelerate this moving forward. And I look forward to, working with the academia, with R&D institutions, the government on this in this area. Okay.